So we are live with the Charlie Kirk, Tyler Robinson update. So it's coming up a week now since September 10th, where in Orem, Utah, the life of Charlie Kirk was taken by this guy here, Tyler Robinson. So he was in court today.
Calling case 251-403-576, State of Utah versus Tyler James Robinson. Could you state your name?
Tyler James Robinson.
Thank you for being here, Mr. Robinson.
So Tyler James Robinson. He shares the exact same middle name as Charlie or Charles James Kirk. So we're going to get into the decodes. .1086 is, so remember the 1086 for your Jesuit order and the beast system. Orem, Utah equals fallen angel. The book that was released before said date, very chilling and creepy. We have the 888 decode. Charlie Kirk equals masonry. From September 11th, 2001 to September 23rd, 2025 is exactly 1254 weeks. Great Tribulation equals 1254 and 1152. Charlie Kirk equals 1152. September 23rd equals Charles James Kirk. And ancient artificial intelligence. Excuse me. Share the screen again. I'm not sure if you're seeing that. AI becomes self-aware equals 1254. Supercomputers. Antichrist beast Abaddon. Antichrist Trump. September prophecy. Prophecy fulfilled. All equal 1254. And the rapture of the bride of Christ equals 1254. So what's going to happen? Is AI going to become self-aware, or will the rapture of the bride of Christ really happen? It was 9:23 p.m. in Jerusalem, the time that Charlie Kirk was killed, 923 September 23rd. So the birthdays, George Floyd, Charlie Kirk, exact same birthday, 20 years apart. The day they were both born is October 14th, which falls exactly 33 days after September 11th. October 14th equals 1260. October 14th is the day that Charlie Kirk and George Floyd were born. Gang violence is the last words that came out of Charlie Kirk's mouth. So the day that he was born and the last words before he died is 1260. 7-year tribulation is often divided into two halves. Two halves of 1260 days. JFK, RFK, MLK, and CJK. So it seems Charlie Kirk who shared the name with Captain James Kirk, is a fan of Star Trek, says, "I love Star Trek." He tweeted this exactly 6,606 days after Star Trek Generations was released on November 18th, 1994. It was also 666 weeks before September 23rd, 2025. Feast of Trumpets equals 9/23, September 23rd, or September 26th, Antichrist. What is going to happen on September 23rd if anything happens at all? This tweet was tweeted exactly 666 weeks after 9/11, 2001, and 11 years, 11 weeks before September 10th, which was last week, Wednesday. Irina Zarutska equals 1104, and Captain Kirk 1104. One big web, just as I said last week. All the Masonic symbolism, all the 666s regarding dates from birth date to funeral date of Charlie Kirk. So this incident took place in Charlotte. Charlotte is a feminine name for for Charles or Charlie. So Robert Redford died today, September 16th, 2025. Actor, director, environmentalist Robert Redford dies, aged 89. Robert Redford's name is actually Charles Robert Redford Jr. August 18th, 1936 to September 16th, 2025. So we just passed away yesterday now. Charles Robert Redford Jr. equals 1122. So now this is where it gets interesting. So we were talking about Charlotte's Web in regards to this web, this matrix of deception that we are uncovering. And it began last week with this incident that took place in Charlotte. So yeah, you can go and watch the video. We uncovered it, and you can see the steps and all the connections we made. So now we have this movie called Charlotte's Web. It was released December 15, 2006, and it was starring Robert Redford. The original movie, Charlotte's Web, was released back in 1973 on February 22nd. This one was directed by a man named Charles, right? But the one that Charles Robert Redford was in was directed by a guy named Gary. So two movies, the original back in 1973. So this one was released February 22nd, 1973 to September 10th, 2025. Said date equals 52 years, 200 days apart. Notice how Charlotte's Web equals 52 and 200 in the reduction cipher and the ordinal cipher. Charlotte's Web equals exactly 52 and 200. From the release date to Charlie Kirk's assassination is 52 years and 200 days. It was directed by Charles A. Nichols and it was produced by Hanna-Barbera. Hanna-Barbera Productions equals New World Order. Charlotte's Web equals 606. "606 was the number that we found in regards to John the Fearless, who was assassinated on September 10th, 1419, which was exactly 606 years before Charlie Kirk. 606. Remember, Charlotte's Web equals 606. So this guy here, John the Fearless, was assassinated by a man named Charles 606 years before Charlie Kirk. In French, his name is Jean Sans Peur, which is 1086. Beast system. Assassin is 606. Gender bender is 606. Charlotte's Web 606. Trump Tower 606. So Charlie Kirk's father's name is Robert W. Kirk, which equals 1086. For beast system, just like Jean Sans Pierre, 1086. So who was his father? His father, Robert W. Kirk, is an architect who was involved in the construction of Trump Tower. So Charlie Kirk's dad is an architect, designer, construction builder, and somehow got the contract to design and construct Trump Tower, or the Beast System, because Robert W. Kirk equals the Beast System, 1086. But he constructed Trump Tower, which equals 606. Civil rights leader equals 1086. Orem, Utah, which is the last time we saw Charlie Kirk on September 10th, equals 606. So Charlie Kirk was assassinated in a place that is an anagram for Rome. So Rome, Utah, which equals 606, which happened to be and fall 606 years after, to the date, September 10th, 1419, a guy named John the Fearless was taken out by a guy named Charles, and Charlie is now known as Fearless Charlie. They were both taken out by assassins. Assassin equals 606. There's a lot of gender bending going on, which equals 606. And now we are in the web of deception, which is Charlotte's Web, 606. So Charles James Kirk equals Twin Tower. September 10th, Charlie Kirk. Masonry, 9/11, nepotism, all equal Charlie Kirk, 630. And what is nepotism? Nepotism also equals 666. Nepotism is what Charlie is. He's a nepo baby. He never would have been able to rise to fame, get the following, become a big person of influence if his dad wasn't who his father was. The person that designed and constructed Trump Tower, which is why he is able to shake hands and be very close friends with presidents like Trump and other politicians. So he's a Nepo baby. Explains his meteoric rise into the spotlight. 9/11. So 9/11 equals Charlie Kirk. Here's another Charles now. Charlie Sheen. Good night, baby. Sorry, my dog is saying good night. Sorry, my dog's wondering why I'm talking so late at night. Anyway, so Charlie Sheen, I just found out, was in a movie called 9/11. Sorry, it's very late here. I'm very tired, but I thought I'd come on and do this anyway. So 9/11, Charlie Sheen. This movie came out in 2017. So Charlie Sheen is of significance because at the time of Charlie Kirk's death, Charlie Sheen was live on air with Joe Rogan. And they reacted to Charlie's incident live on the Joe Rogan Experience. So Charlie Sheen was born Carlos Erwin Estevez on September 3rd. Another September person that just had a birthday, so he just turned 60. Carlos Estevez equals 1086, which is the beast system. So from his birthday to next year, March 3rd, 2026, Charlie Sheen will be 726 months old. Antichrist, 726. So he's definitely a part of these rituals. Charlie Sheen 9/11 equals Charlie Kirk. And he was live with Joe Rogan as the Charlie Kirk incident was taking place. All theater, all staged nonsense. Prove me wrong. So here's the slogan from his tour across the US, university tour. I've been looking at these banners, and the one in Utah was the first one I saw with a lightning bolt on it. Prove me wrong equals 918. Charlie James Kirk 918. Miss Arizona 918. Miss Arizona in reference to his wife, Erica Kirk, who was part of the Miss World pageant, which was owned by Donald Trump. So not only did his dad work for Donald Trump, his wife also was a part of the Donald Trump Miss World pageant. So technically, she worked for Trump too. So Trump owns this whole family here. Here's the King Charles, who when September 10th, 2025, happened to be 666 days after King Charles's first birthday as a coronated king. 666. King Charles at the time, so King Charles from his birth date, 11/14/1948, to this September 23rd, the Rapture, the Feast of Trumpets, AI self-aware, something's happening or not. So from his birthday to this September 23rd, the date, the Feast of Trumpets, he's actually going to be 922 months, 9 days old, which means King Charles, the king of the monarchy, the Commonwealth, will be in his 923 23rd month of age on this earth. So he will be living in his 923rd month on 9/23/2025. Feast of Trumpets equals 9/23. Rapture of a Christian equals 9/23. From 9/11/2001 to September 23rd, 2025 is 1254 weeks. King Charles Windsor, because his last name is Windsor, so Charles Windsor or King Charles Windsor equals 1254. Great Tribulation. The front page of the New York Post, the world is evil, with Erica Kirk at her husband's coffin. So the headline is The World is Evil. The world is evil equals 1086. The beast system. So we're starting to see a lot of 1086s now with this story and anyone who is connected to it. Galactic Federation, Charlie James Kirk. There's your 666 and your 918. So podcast is 666. It was 6 years, 66 days from the debut podcast, The Charlie Kirk Show, to September 10th. He suffered a neck wound. Zionist is 322. Skull and Bones, 322. It was 322 weeks from the debut show to September 10th. All by design. Also, Captain James Kirk has the birth date 322, just like the person that plays the character James Kirk is William Shatner, born 322, 1931. Next year, April, so a month after Charlie Sheen turns 726 months, Kirk Cameron turns 666 months. So it was 160 years after the assassination of Abe Lincoln, John Wilkes Booth, 1122, faked assassination, 1122, Adolf Hitler, 1122, Rittenhouse, Kyle, 1122. So Tyler Robinson, John Wilkes Booth, both equaled 1116. They equal the mark of the beast. The homosexuality is also there and connected. Took the FBI 33 hours to hunt down Tyler James Robinson. So here he was in court. The prosecutors are seeking the death penalty. I told you last week, just as the Charlotte incident regarding Irina and the DeCarlos, they're screaming for death penalty. Remember, death penalty equals 666. The reason why Tyler here has the exact same middle name James as Charlie James Kirk is because James equals 726, which is Antichrist. We are witnessing the final rituals for the ushering in of the Antichrist to reign for trial and tribulation for these end times. It's happening. Here's the doctored up text messages released to the world. Is supposed to be the messages between Tyler Robinson and his roommate, who is actually his partner, who's transitioning from male to female, so they're in a relationship. He says, "Drop what you are doing. Look under my keyboard." So the roommate looked under the keyboard and found a note that stated, "I had the opportunity to take out CK and I'm going to take it." The roommate's like, "What? You're joking, right?" Tyler says, I am still okay, my love, but I'm stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I gotta grab my something still, to be honest. I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I am sorry to involve you. The roommate says, You weren't the one who did it, right? He says, I am. I'm sorry. They're like, I thought they caught the person. No, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my something from the drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering. Why? Why did I do it? Yeah, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I am able to grab my something unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully, they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it. Very weird, very creepy. Sounds fake to me. Sounds like high level, elite, Masonic, Illuminati, whatever it is, doctored this up. I don't believe this person here wrote these messages to said person here. It's a joke, man. It's rituals for the Antichrist. James, of all the names, come on. So Charlie James Kirk has the exact same birthday as George Floyd and has the exact same middle name as the person that took him out, which equals Antichrist. And now he's going to get the death penalty, which equals 666. Give me a break. So this guy, Tyler, took out Charlie 666 Mercury years after John Wilkes Booth took out Abraham Lincoln. So JFK assassination equals 1122, which took place on 1122. Brotherhood of Death is 1122. Brotherhood of Death is 611. Assassination is 611. Tribulation is 611. George Washington is 1122. Richard Nixon is 1122. He was famous for the Nixon phone call to the moon, 666. National Aeronautics and Space Administration, 666. Fake moon landing. Galactic Federation. Witchcraft, all 666. Alien invasion, 1122. Because this is the final card that they all spoke of, from Richard Nixon. I'm not sure about George Washington. I definitely know that JFK spoke about an alien invasion and something that would unite the world and conspiracies, and that's why they supposedly had to take him out, because he was revealing too many secrets. It's all part of the plan. Disney NASA equals 666. The Fallen Angels, 666. The United States Space Command. So the headquarters for this Space Command is in Peterson Space Force Base, Colorado, US. It was founded, wait for it, United States Space Command was founded on September 23rd, 1985, for your 923 Feast of Trumpets. I'm telling you right now, whatever's going to happen on September 23rd will be biblical, but it's not going to be God's doing. It's going to be satanic. It's going to be the New World Order. It's going to be the Antichrist. It's going to be the beast of Revelation. They've been setting up for this date. It's going to be some type of alien invasion. It's the final card they need to play. This is 40 years ago, 85, when the United States Space Command was founded. And if you know any better, you know space is fake. So you know they founded it to fake the alien invasion. So United States Space Command equals 1104. Alien threat equals 1104. US Space Command equals 777, which is Order Out of Chaos 777. order out of chaos also equals 726, which I just showed you is Antichrist. They need to fake an alien invasion so that they can lock down the world and bring about the new world order, which will be order out of chaos, because it will be chaotic. And the only person that will be able to bring order to a world that is under an alien threat will be for the Antichrist to come and rule, which is why they have Space Command. You notice the 1104? Isn't that exactly what, where is she? Where's Irina Zarutska? Equals 1104. Just actors and actresses. Irina Zarutska equals United States Space Command equals alien threat. There's the devil horns. Equals Captain Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. It's a joke, guys. Don't fall for it. They're laughing at us. So let's get back and finish this off, and then we can all go to bed. It's insane what I have uncovered. It's too much. I don't even have enough time to display it all. It's way too much. But I'm just sharing what I know I can, and it's unbelievable. So an alien threat. Turning point USA 1122. This is it. This is the final turning point. No more going forward and a supposedly advancement in life. This is it. This is the turning point. If we have an alien invasion, it for hella sure will be the biggest turning point known to our modern generation of man and woman. Fearless Charlie 666. Charlie Kirk Masonry is the year of the great flood, tribulation. Telling you, something's going down. Huge. Huge. So I hope you enjoyed this update. There has been so much going on, so much stuff we've called and pretty much predicted and called before it happened, and now it's happening. We're just filling in the missing pieces here. So there will be more pieces, more decodes to add, but the framework is already here. The same numbers are going to keep coming up with the new developments of the story, with new names added and dates of births and all that. So it's just going to be one thing after another. That's all going to equal what we already have here. Absolute insanity. So I appreciate everyone joining a late night live or an early morning live. But I've been going nonstop at this, doing decode after decode and date duration after date duration, trying to uncover this web, this matrix of deception, so I can share it with you all. So I appreciate it. Once again, God bless you all, and I will be back soon.